Hey, what is going on everyone? Welcome back to another Clash Royale video, and in today's video we're going to be taking a quick look at the Bats Challenge. Now just Friday I posted a deck guide on Sparky. It was really for a deck that I used to use between 2,300 trophies and 3,300 trophies. Now I was really surprised guys, you all loved the video apparently, so I'm really happy with the results. 100 views within about a day. I mean, I've gotten more before, but considering it's Sparky, I'm surprised that many of you were interested. And 17 likes on it. It's pretty great. I'm really satisfied with the results, and I hope you all really enjoyed the video itself and you were able to learn some tips and tricks. It really means a lot when you guys turn out for these videos. And let me just say, I really hope that all these tips and tricks that I'm showing you all really benefit you all in the long run, because I'm just trying to train you all to be a little bit better than the average Joe out there. Now, I'm not the best out there myself, so don't ever get that impression. And just pay attention to some things that I do, pay attention to things that my opponents do, pay attention to everything that everyone does, because regardless of who you are, while you're playing this game, you'll always learn a new trick or two from anyone that you just watch. So just pay attention to detail and you'll probably pick up something really nice. Now look at this here. The fireball was baited by the witch and I got free room to use the minion horde there, and it was a nasty minor minion and witch combo. So let's get right into it. The bats. Now the bats are going to be a common card released in Frozen Peak, so I'm pretty sure a lot of you out there are actually going to be able to unlock them for free. So do not sweat it if you cannot win them in the challenge. It's not really going to be that big of a deal because they are a freaking common card, so you're gonna unlock them really early or really easily, and you're gonna just be able to get a lot of them over time while you're in Frozen Peak and any arena above that. So the bats, there are 4 of them, they cost 2 elixir, and you can basically say they are flying skeletons, just one more dude basically in the mix. But yeah, the bats themselves, they will be able to do high damage per second, and they're just a really good cycle card on the whole, because let's face it, you have Zap and Log as spell cycle cards for 2 elixir, and now we finally have a proper 2 elixir card to cycle besides the Ice Golem. So they're going to be really interesting, and they have some really nice mechanics. And let me just say, this card is going to be super strong, trust me guys. The bats themselves, they have a lot of potential. So let's say you're playing this challenge and you have Zap and Ice Spirit and stuff, anything that would generally counter the bats themselves. You can feel free to use them on defense against a solo giant, hog rider and stuff. When you're fighting a giant and you drop them properly and there's no way your opponent can kill the bats easily, like they don't have elixir to support it, the bats will actually tear up that giant so fast it will only get 2 swings on your tower. So 2 elixir for 5, folks, that is insane. And just imagine 2 swings from a giant. Giant has lots of HP, so the fact that it only gets 2 swings because of the bats, that is insane value folks. So I would encourage you to try to take the bats if possible when you're playing the challenge. However, if you are getting the choice between something like the Ice Spirit or something like that, it's a kind of iffy choice, but I actually think I might choose the Ice Spirit if they don't have something like the Musketeer or something, because the bats, they do a great number on the Musketeer and balloons and stuff. Just play them carefully. But the reason why I said I take the Ice Spirit, it's because the Ice Spirit itself has a lot of potential value to just for a 1 elixir card, and let me just say, Ice Spirit, it is epic. It might be a common card, but it is epic. Remember what I talked about last video with the Sparky guide? You can just cycle Ice Spirit and just sneak in that easy chip damage without your opponent realizing it. Then you have all those defensive capabilities, the distractions and stuff. It is amazing. So if you get to choose between Ice Spirit and bats, go with the Ice Spirit. And if you're choosing between Zap and bats, oh boy, now that is a tough one actually in itself, but I would lean more towards the bats. And if you can take the Executioner at all, take the Executioner folks. He will help you out a lot, mostly because I think I saw a lot of flying units for some reason being up for grabs. So Executioner is always a safe choice, but Executioner or Rocket, that's also a tough one. But let me just say, Rocket is a better choice than Executioner in some ways, because if you're choosing between the two, your opponent will be tempted to drop the Executioner near the back of their crown towers or something. So when you know that's gonna go down, just drop your Rocket and clip the tower and the Executioner. That will work out fine. So let's talk about the bats again and how you can use them. Now the bats are mainly for defense. They are not, I repeat, not an offensive card. So when you're using them on defense, you can surround stuff like the musketeer, the dart goblin, the balloon, all of that stuff. They generally get wrecked by the bats once there's nothing distracting the crown tower, because you need that little extra damage from the crown tower. Yes folks, the crown tower is an important part of the game, because trust me, without it you might actually suffer a lot more damage than you would think, even if your cards are high level. So just be thankful for all that damage that the crown tower puts out for you. And when you're using the bats to kill these rare end units, really, what you'll want to do is generally drop them on top of them like you'd be doing with a skeleton army when you surround certain troops. And what this will do, it will actually just vaporize these troops almost instantly, because again, the high damage output, it is insane for a bargain price of only 2 elixirs. So there are lots of positive trades to be made when using the bats. You just need to use them really carefully, and they will pay you off handsomely in return. Now I must mention that the placement of the bats will vary depending on what you are countering, because it is not 100% the same for every single interaction. And a lot of you out there might be wondering, hey, we have skeletons that can take out the witch at times, we have bats now and the night witch, so what's gonna be the proper way to use the bats to counter the night witch? Now, to answer your question correctly, if it's a lone night witch, what you'll want to do is place the bats a little in front of your crown tower. I know it's really susceptible to zap, but that is the optimal placement. And the reason for that is that it will just draw the bats that the night witch have spawned already, and they will be eaten up by your own bats, and then whatever survives from the remainder, they will go on to finish off the night witch, and with the assistance of the crown tower, it will finish off all the bats that have spawned after the night witch has died. Now you're probably wondering, hey, can we use the bats on defense against an electro wizard? Now the answer is yes and no folks. The reason why I say yes, it's because you can. But the reason why I say no, it's because the placement is a bit funnier than the normal placement that you would have with like skeletons or something. So what you'll want to do with the bats, instead of placing them on top of the electro wizard like you would with skeletons, you are actually going to be placing them similar to like what you did for the night witch, and that will be in front of the crown tower a little bit there. And what this will do is it will allow one bat to stagger forward, and the electro wizard will take his whole attack really to kill that one bat. Then he'll go through 2 more, and then he'll still have 1 more at the end of the day to go through. Now in the meantime, while all of this is happening, your crown tower will actually be finishing off the electro wizard, and there you have it folks. That is the perfect placement for the bats to kill the electro wizard. 2 elixir for 4, not a bad trade overall. And there you have it folks, you have now been able to successfully counter the electro wizard with bats. Now there's one more troop that I would like to mention, which needs a different approach when you're countering with the bats. Now this would actually be the executioner. Now we all know the executioner has that swinging axe that generally goes a little bit behind him, so he can sometimes hit troops that were meant to surround him without even meaning to. So what you'll want to do is place the bats 1 tile to the left or to the right of the executioner. Let's say you're playing it on the left of the executioner. So what this will do is it will make the executioner attack the bottom bat really, and the one to his immediate left first. Then he'll swing the axe to kill the one that is at the top of the formation, and then he'll swing the axe to his immediate left to kill the last bat. So he'll be taking 3 swings to kill 4 of the bats, and while this is being done, the crown tower will do significant damage to him, and he should only do about 1 swing of damage really to your tower. So you'll be mitigating the damage efficiently for 2 elixir. So if you know you can take the damage, suck it up and just use the bats. But if you can't take the damage, well, just use something else and spend more elixir. But I'm just talking about how to just make those positive trades and use the bats efficiently. So now that we have talked about how we can use the bats and what ways they can be good or bad really, let's just take a look at the cards that you might want to pack with you to deal with them. So the princess is a great card to use on defense for the counter pushes, because she can get really annoying with her area splash and she can just get rid of all the bats. So let's say your opponent has the night witch too, she can basically deny all damage from the night witch minus her melee damage, and basically mitigate almost all the damage that the Night Witch would do. All you need to do is just distract her with something solid like a knight or an ice golem. Anything like that would pretty much do the job. So, besides the princess, we also have the archers. The archers are going to be able to one-shot each bat, so they might cost one more elixir, but you can be sure they are going to stop any bat that flies through. And then we have the zap spell. Once you just aim it right, it's going to vaporize all the bats instantly, even trade. Then we have fire spirits. Now the fire spirits, you're just going to need like one fire spirit really if you can group them up, or maybe even two at most. So chances are you're going to have one leftover fire spirit the majority of the time just running along the arena. Now the witch is also going to be able to help clean up those bats easily because, let's just face it, the bats have just about the same HP as skeletons and the witch one-shot skeletons. So she's going to be a very viable choice in this challenge if you know you did not get to choose the bats to have an immediate counter at hand. And then we also have the witch's cousins. These would be the wizard and the ice wizard. We don't really consider the electro wizard so much, but he can also be used, but he's not the best really for bats. You can still really two-shot almost all of them within about 3 seconds once there's nothing else distracting him, but don't always count on him to counter bats because chances are bats might end up countering him because the opponent might actually save them to defend against the electro wizard like I mentioned before. Now the ice wizard, he's going to be great because he can slow them down and kill them with about 2 shots just like you would with skeletons. Again, the skeleton help, it is going to be a reference that I will use a lot. Then we have the wizard. The regular wizard, he's going to absolutely crush the bats because his area damage is super high and no bat will be able to tolerate the heat from his fireballs. And speaking of heat, the baby dragon is also going to be very reliable in taking out the bats because one shot by the fireballs that he belches out is going to be really effective against those bats. The furnace, kinda alright, but depending on the opponent's choices, they might have a baby dragon, archers, bowler, or maybe even an execution or something like that, and that can really just negate its furnace completely. So you don't really want to do that in the challenge. Now, I might be forgetting any cards. If I have forgotten any counters that you would have known, feel free to let me know down in the comments, but the last card that I can think of that would be really handy in this challenge would be the Ice Golem. The Ice Golem is a great distraction card, 2 elixir, it cycles, and it kills all skeletons and bats that are unfortunate enough to be in his Frost Nova radius. But I guess you can also include the poison spell to a lesser extent because poison generally wrecks skeletons and the bats have skeleton HP. Yes, I'm saying it a lot. I know guys, I know. Forgive me. But yeah, when you're using the poison spell, typically you'll want to use it on offense when you're predicting where they might drop the bats, similar to like what you would do when you're predicting minions or a minion horde, skeleton army, anything like that, just to kill those cheap bats. So hope you can just make use of the knowledge that I imparted on you in this video for dealing with the bats and using them overall. I'm pretty sure that you can just make full use of them and just walk out with a better result in your matches. In fact, I almost forgot to mention one very important detail. I mentioned how to counter the giant with the bats if it's unsupported, but I forgot to mention the hog rider. Forgive me guys, forgive me, please. When you're dealing with the hog rider, drop the bats slightly away from the bridge, so as the hog rider runs past them, they won't spend as much time really chasing him, because if they are dropped at the bridge to anticipate the hog, they will actually have to run a little bit of a distance or fly basically to chase after the hog to deal with him. So you'll actually get 2 swings if they are dropped at the bridge, but if they are dropped slightly below the bridge, they should be able to do enough damage to only give the hog enough chance to do about 1 swing. So 1 swing, 2 elixir, #worth. So hope you all can just really use all those tricks there. And look at that, we got a beautiful 3 crown there because of that 1 fire spirit jumping on. That was really amazing. Whenever you see fire spirits or an ice spirit killing a tower, it is really a sight for sore eyes. And now that we've finished discussing the bats and the challenge, let's just take a quick look at some of the funnier highlights of this video today. Hope you all enjoy.
Thank you,
Okay folks, that is going to be a wrap for today's video. Hope you all enjoyed and that you would have picked up on some tips and tricks again. You know I'm always trying to teach you something here and there when I can. And I really hope that you all are able to do well in this draft challenge. Now being honest, I did not complete this challenge folks, I did not. I could have completed it, but I actually lost at around 5 wins on my 2 accounts. So I'm not even going to bother to enter again because I am saving what little gems I have for the upcoming Mega Knight challenge. And with that being said, I would really advise any of you out there who were unable to complete the challenge on the free entry, do not spend your gems guys, do not. All of these cards, including the cannon card, the flying machine, all that, they will be available for free pretty soon. So just save your gems for the Mega Knight challenge at least, because it is a legendary card and those are harder to come by. Rather than an epic card or a common card or a rare card, we're all gonna get those for free at some point from a free chest or a silver even. So don't bother guys, just don't bother, trust me. Save the gems, it will be more worth it for that Mega Knight. Okay folks, that is gonna be a wrap for today's video. Hope you all enjoyed what you saw, and if you did, feel free to leave me some feedback down below in the comments. I am eager to hear what you all have to really say, and if you are enjoying these videos that I am making, feel free to share them with any friends or family, clanmates even, anyone you know that would just appreciate what I'm doing here. Once again, I would like to thank my friend Ryan from Badge of Honor for all the awesome thumbnails he has been sending me. They're really awesome dude, keep them up, and I hope to keep working with you in the future. And remember folks, if you keep on digging, you'll eventually strike gold, but even then, keep on digging deeper. You'll eventually come across something even more worth your while. So once again everyone, thanks for stopping by, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Peace out guys.